Boy, it is rock and roll. Well, it's been a long time since I rocked and roll. Been a long time since I did this roll. Let me get you back, let me get you back, let me get you back, baby, where I come from. It's been a long time, baby, a long time, a long, 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 long time. Well, it's been a long time since the book of love. Can't count the tears of life with no love. Carry me back, carry me back, carry me back to Louisiana. Been a long time, baby, been a long time, lonely, 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 lonely. Woo, baby.
133, man.
133.
I remember when we did 33.
It hurts. You can put your hand down.
It hurt. Oh,
We're just missing
It
a big
hurts.
3. Man, we should have had a giant 3 on the wall.
I know, man.
There's something like about 33.
I said that
It's
was
like
the
a
year
code.
Christ was crucified. And
Oh,
then
is
we
that-
realized we're trying to keep the show light, so I didn't want to bring it up. But now you've said it.
Yeah, 33 is the biggest birthday for, like, especially Latino populations. Oh, you made it.
That's a way to really bring a room down.
Well, why don't we bring it back up with a nice little toasty?
All right.
What do you got there, son?
You know, a little lemon water.
Lemon water by my recommendation. Lift.
Separate my lips.
Oh, baby, honey. Oh, man, that's like a honeydew melon.
Well,
You ever had a honeydew melon? Or have you ever had a honeydew day? If you were married, you'd know what a honeydew day is.
we're entering into the official Thanksgiving window,
Yeah, we are.
and now we're going to be, and then soon it's
You're right, it's
the
coming
winter
on us.
holiday window.
Well, I was talking about honeydew day. How about a honey don't? Ready?
All right.
Well, how come you say you will when you won't? Say you do, baby, then you don't. Let me know, honey, how you feel. Tell the truth now, is love real? But well, honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. You say you will and you won't. Honey, don't. Well, I love you, baby, and you ought to know. I like the way that you wear your clothes. Everything about you is so doggone sweet. You got that sand all over your feet. Oh, well, honey, go. Honey, go. Honey, go. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. You say you will and you won't. Honey, don't. I'm gonna rock on now. Yeah. Drop in a fire. Ooh. I said, well, sometimes I love you on a Saturday night. Sunday morning you don't look right. You've been out painting the town. Baby, been stepping around. But well, honey, don't. Woo. Honey, don't. Well, honey, don't. Ooh, honey, don't. Honey, don't. You say you will and you won't. Honey, don't. Rock on one more time. Yeah.
Again, with no nod at the ending. I didn't know that was going to happen. I mean, are we doing this together or what?
Oh, come on, man. That's better than most of your terrible endings.
Chris?
Yes.
Come on,
Man, you had one bleeping job.
Oh, let's keep it G. Keep it G. So I have room to slip down to PG.
Oh,
13.
this is like kind of a little country ditty.
Yeah, I'm going to play a song. This is the very first Johnny Cash song I ever heard, but it wasn't by Johnny. It was by Ricky Nelson. And I found out that Johnny Cash wrote this for him. He co-starred with John Wayne, Ricky did, in a movie called Rio Bravo. It's a very famous
Yeah, I remember that
Western.
movie.
And Ricky played kind of a young cowpoke gunslinging kid. You know, he
Wasn't
was
Dean Martin in that?
I don't remember.
Wasn't he kid?
He might have been.
Yeah, he was like the drunk guy who needed to reform himself.
But anyway,
So
he
was
wrote this.
typecast.
He wrote it for Ricky,
Right.
and then, of course, at the last minute, they cut it from the film. But Ricky recorded it on the second album. It's called Restless Kid.
I came in like a restless wind on a wagon train, but I'm gonna go like a July snow back to where I came from. Gonna leave this humdrum, it's too slow and tame. None of your business where I've been, don't ask me what I've done. Run your ranch and punch your cows and stay behind my gun, man. Colorado's right hand will put you on the run. I got a gal in Denver town that's crying over me, but I said goodbye and I let her cry. I'll miss her company, but I'll get out of this rut. Rio Bravo's killing me. They got a man locked in a cell that's a freer man than I. He's gonna laugh right in their face when they lead him out to die. And he's gonna leave this bad land and ride off in the sky. You're gonna see your Colorado heading for the door. You better believe I'm gonna leave like the 904 train. Gonna breathe some air again that ain't been breathed before.
That's nice. Nice, you got that harmony in there.
Man.
Isn't that a great story?
I think, what was the guy that, the Ree McCoys? He was in that.
Luke McCoy? You mean Richard Crenna?
Yeah, he
might have been.
He was.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love cowboy songs. I'd love to do more of them. They get in and tell that story. I mean, it's just like that's a whole movie in that song.
What an
you know?
amazing song.
I
man.
know. It's just I'm sure, it's Johnny Cash. It's like he was probably 30 years old when he.
Yeah, the extended
came up-
phrases and just the writing. It's just so heavy duty.
I
man.
know. I mean, for all of his accolades, I still consider Johnny Cash underrated. It's like, as a songwriter, it's like.
Right, he's more known for being the personality.
Yeah,
rather than
I think
really,
his personality
yeah.
overshadowed a lot of his, great entertainer, obviously, and performer, persona.
Yeah,
man
the
in
icon-
black.
the icon
Yeah, and the
is a
country
thing,
music,
yeah.
the rebel, the outlaw. But it's like, my God, like, his songwriting was peerless.
And his
Peerless.
vocal performances. were
Yes,
stellar.
always lived inside it. Even a song that was mediocre, he was able to, give it.
He like a lot of when you go back to his older stuff, like like that Nat King Cole stuff that we were seeing on TV. The stuff that
Yeah.
was just ahead of the curve. What was it? It was 50s, late 50s stuff. You look at it and you're like, man, they were really at their peak.
Yeah.
These young guys, with this super intense talent, and it was just ahead of that real broad, media thing.
Well, a lot of it had to do with the technology of the fact that you had to be good or be gone. I think multi-track recording, as it has expanded over the decades, it's to the point now where the technology gives you so many easy ways out of a great performance and into, creating it gradually and over time. It's more like painting. And it's like in those days, you show up, you sing, you nail it. It's like you bring all your talent right there, right? Every time.
Yeah, they didn't have any excuses why they had to take forever to do something.
And there was no time.
They just dropped what they were doing and made the time available.
Well, yeah, no recording. There was no home recording. It's like recording studios were expensive.
Right.
Time is
and
money.
these days studios that are in home are essentially just totally free.
They don't
even need to be paid for.
There were no space bar musicians.
Anyway,
that was when it was serious. It was like these days.
No,
if
and
you
there
got
was
a
one
studio in your
microphone.
house, it's like nothing. People don't even need to drop what they're doing to make any time.
One microphone, and everybody just acts as their own compressor and gets further away from it.
all right. Well, here's a record that
Look
was
it up.
made. This is a Bruce Spencer request.
I wanna live, I wanna give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions I never give to keep me searching for a heart of gold. And getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold and getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. It keeps me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching and I'm growing old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. Ooh, yeah.
That was cool. Well, you know why I suggested that? It's because I love to hear you do Johnny Cash and Neil Young.
Wow.
You're so good at it.
Well, gosh, man, those are big shoes to fill right there. All right.
Yeah, you could kind of do a Cash and Young tribute. Mike Rowe does Cash and Young.
Like Cash and Old.
Or no, Broken Old or Cash and Young.
Broken Canadians.
You could cash in on your Cash and Young, Mike.
Oh man, we are slipping down a slippery. Well, speaking of old, I'm going to do a very old record that many of you have heard over the years. Sometimes it shows up on the oldies station. There was a group called the Left Bank, and they were the precursors to, they called it Baroque pop. So I would put them as precursors to the Bee Gees, not the disco era Bee Gees, but the very Baroque era. I would put them as a precursor to prog, because in order to get to prog, you had to bring strings in and have a classical, neoclassical, pseudo-classical sort of something going on. And these guys were young. They were kids.
It's like Moody Blues-ish kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
In a way.
And these guys were young. I mean, the guy that wrote this song was 16 when he wrote it.
Wow.
He wrote it about some girl that was hanging around the studio that was I guess the girlfriend of the bass player in his band. These guys were all in their late teens, early 20s. This girl named Renee, right? And he just was crazy about it. And he sat and wrote this thing, which is it's like a sonnet. You know, it's like this has been a song of unrequited love for how many generations now? This record's 55 years old at least. And it's like all she was some chick, you know, who happened to be there. You know, it's just like, I love reading the history of these songs because, you know, you hear them and you get so romantically involved in the story, but you find out that it came from a rather mundane situation that any one of us could have been in, you know. But I can't imagine at 16 writing something like this. Let's see about. Some way. Wait a minute, let me try this again. Something went wrong. There it is. See, it's these tricky chords.
Okay, so let's try it again.
Let's try it again.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so there's that.
Yeah, there's that.
Okay, let's go. Everybody. Hold on, let's get everybody together. You guys with us? Okay, let's hit it. You got
1, 2.
Chris, hold on. Chris Harrelson.
That's right. Chris might join in.
Do you want to kazoo this intro? With a little kazoo.
Oh boy.
Okay,
all right. Okay.
1, 2, 3, and.
And when I see the sun that points one way. We used to pass by every day. Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back.
Almost didn't make that one. What a great tune, man. That's a retributioner.
We could have probably used a third.
A third eye.
Well, yeah, like that could be a Kaka or a
Kakalak. Yeah, we'll do it
or
again.
Or a Gregory.
I would love to do that again. And they have another one called Pretty Ballerina, which is even cooler than
I'll do
this
the
one.
other part a different time. I didn't.
Do you remember Pretty Ballerina?
I remember both those songs.
Yeah.
I mean, Don't Walk Away, Renee is my
Well, you sounded
one of my
pretty.
favorite songs.
I mean, you
ever.
sounded pretty good this time.
Well.
Well, that was a good start. A good start to opening that whole world.
I mean, if you're suggesting that you should have sang it, that's probably true because if
Maybe
there's
we
one,
should do this on the Chris show.
Yeah, if there's one thing we know,
And then we
I
could
have other
really-
things.
Yes,
Learn the things I said.
So is the Chris show like is that during the Christmas time?
I don't know whenever.
Well, we
get
need
around
to
it.
get it together as soon as we can.
There's obscure songs,
I
and
wanna
I
do it
understand
right.
people need a prep.
There's some learning curve, maybe a rehearsal. That would be something.
The
wouldn't it?
learning swerve.
It's the Christmas
Learning
show.
Swerve. Do you know any Swerve Driver?
Yeah, there we go. We do that.
One of my favorite band names of all time.
That is a great name.
Swerve Driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked Pavement. Were you into Pavement?
I liked them as well. Yeah.
All these 90s sort of weird bands.
So, speaking about weird bands, I think we might qualify as a weird
77s.
band.
Yeah,
No,
we
just
were.
just this band we're doing right here, the CoROEnosphere project. I don't know. It's 133 shows, and I don't know that we've ever used the word project to describe what we're
Or
doing.
that this is a band.
Yeah, we never use
not
band
even that.
or project.
What is it?
I think it's an event.
Je ne sais quoi.
It's an ongoing event.
Well, this is another record from very early childhood. I had this by a guy named Tennessee Ernie Ford. He had an album called Spirituals. My parents played it over and over and over, so it had a big impact on me. And I didn't know that this song came from the 20s. People think that Hank Williams wrote it, but he didn't. He recorded it. So we're going to do his kind of bluegrass version of it. It's called When Doy Dot a Dasket Ball.
The hymn show.
That's right, when God dips his love in my heart, okay? When God dips his pen of love in my heart, writes my soul a message he wants me to know. His spirit all divine, this sinful soul of mine. When God dips his love in my heart, help me boys. Said I wouldn't tell it to a living soul, how he brought salvation when he made me whole. I found I couldn't hide such love as Jesus did impart. 'Cause it makes me laugh and it makes me cry, sets my sinful soul on fire. Hallelujah. When God dips his love in my heart. Well, sometimes the way is dreary, dark and cold, and some unburdened sorrow keeps me from my goal. I go to God in prayer, I can always find him there to whisper sweet peace to my soul. Everybody, I said I wouldn't tell it to a living soul, how he brought salvation when he made me whole. Found I couldn't hide such love that Jesus did impart. 'Cause it makes me laugh and it makes me cry, sets my sinful soul on fire. Hallelujah. When God dips his love in my heart.
We just need the Mando in here instead.
I know.
We need to do an all bluegrass show.
Yeah, we should. Oh, man.
We should get
Put it on the list.
We should get Sean over here, and
the charlatan.
Yeah, and
well, Gregory would do it.
Well, we could get both. We could get Gregory on another acoustic and Sean on the Mando, and we could have ourselves a bluegrass hoedown.
Are you going to widen the room?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, if we just do that, maybe I don't even have to have drums on that one.
We could get the
they don't
drums
have
out of
drums.
here, and everybody could stand around one mic and do it real legit bluegrass.
Well, that might
Around
be.
an Omni.
You know, what would be really cool would be to just do a show that we just record around the mic in here and like shoot it in black and white or whatever.
That would be fun.
And have just really do a really nice presentation of straight up bluegrass stuff.
Well, you know,
let us know if you think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, if you guys want to hear that, that'd be great because there's no lack of material. It's like I could come up with 3 of those instantly and still have hundreds of songs left.
That would be very
And
classic.
if you really want to, this is the way we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Well, let's make it happen.
Check out the incentives available. When
What
you
are the
let us know.
what would you say we're about to do right now, Chris? What would you call it?
The gift show promises something for everyone. Some bluegrass around only one single microphone.
Wow. That was quite a...
I don't know what to say after that, except paypal.me/MICRO77S. And I want to bring this up again. I'll make it brief. If you give to through PayPal, do not call it a service. Just make it a friends and family gift, whatever. Because if you say that you're paying for a service, they ding your bank and ours both, and it's needless. That means they just get all this money that we're supposed to get, and they take it from you as well, which really sucks. So just straight across, if you like Venmo at MICRO77S, a way to avoid all of this tomfoolery is to write a big fat check to 77s Limited. Write that on the envelope, P.O. Box 1441, Citrus.
Like attracting fruit flies.
Heights.
Like the larva on the ceiling.
California, 95611. Boy, for being absent on one of these shows way back when, you definitely have made up for that absence that you
I had
did.
a recent infestation from a bag of oatmeal.
I was going to say, that seems a bit kind of... It's a little graphic.
Self-divulging.
For the CoROEnosphere.
Are you saying... Well,
I
wanna hear
know
about-
Halloween was last
All right,
week.
well, look,
so-
you've opened the can of worms.
Or the can of flies.
I want to hear about
Those
this
larvae.
infestation. Did you leave some
the
oatmeal?
bag of the container of flies.
Did you leave it
So let's
too
be more
long in your
specific.
pantry?
It just, I didn't know where these things were coming from, and I found this bag, and it had holes in it, and then I saw, anyway, it was, I won. Hey, guess what? Winning.
Winning. All right, well, we're going to start this thing called the Rip Show, and we've been doing it. We've been doing it.
No, it's the riff.
Well, it's part of our show that we're now going to formalize with a title.
No, it's the
Rip Show.
No, it's not the Rip Show.
It's not?
It's the riff.
Riff Raff.
No. What did I call
It
it?
was like, but it was riff. Riff
Rip.
Hey, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
Something to do with the riff.
Where people steal things from.
Well, what it really comes down to
what
is
was
we are examining. Let's put it in a positive light.
Too many ideas flowing. Man.
Let's put it in the positive light. We are examining the folk tradition, okay? Because in the folk tradition, ideas flowed like water. No one, there wasn't copyright. That came later as music became a big business. But in the folk days, someone would make up a song, or they heard it somewhere down by the creek, up the river, and then they sang it to grandma, and then Meemaw sang it to her kids and changed it and added something she heard in church, and then someone else, it goes on and on.
It's like spoken word.
Exactly. It's oral tradition. Folk tradition, very similar.
Like biblical stories.
Yeah, Bible stories are that way. I don't want to get in there. All right, so...
Why not?
The other week, we played Ripple by the Grateful Dead, which I always I thought it was a hymn. I thought it sounded like some old Christian song. All right. So I was week before last. We had it on the show, and I was reading the comments afterwards that some of you said, and someone put, "That sounds like Because He Lives" by Bill Gaither, the great gospel songwriter. And I'm going, so I went and checked out Because He Lives, because I've heard that song for 50 years, and I'm going, oh my gosh, it's Ripple. So I did a Wikipedia search on Ripple, and they said, it is said that Ripple resembles the gospel song Because He Lives. However, Because He Lives was released a year after the Dead put out American Beauty. So that means there's no way Garcia would have heard that. There's no way I think that Gaither would have heard it. Then I went deeper and found out that there's other songs that resemble Ripple. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play this Gaither tune because we're in the middle of the hymn show. Next week, maybe, I'm going to drag out that other tune, and you're going to get to hear Ripple in all of its glory coming from so many different directions. All right. It's a great old gospel tune now. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone, because I know who He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. God sent His Son, they called Him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He bled and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. And then one day I'll cross the river, and I'll fight life's final war with pain. And then as death gives way to victory, I'll see the lights of glory, and I'll know He reigns. Everybody. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. And life is worth the living just because He lives. It's a beautiful song.
Wow.
I am determined now to find the origin of this melody. I think that a lot of these melodies are similar in early gospel music from the 20th century. So I'm committed now to finding the taproot of that. I mean, it's a sing-songy thing. It's children sing, you know. And what's going on? What's happening right now?
Clock's running out, buddy.
Tune in North Kakalaki.
Coming in.
Coming in strong.
Yeah.
Right there?
Well, I don't know. We could.
Yeah, let's pull it.
Yeah, let's pull it.
We'll do it next week.
What you pulling?
Okay.
Come on.
We got too many hymns today.
Mark, what are you doing, buddy?
Just a living and a breathing, man. That's it.
Well, you know, the show just takes a turn as soon as you walk in the room.
We won't say what kind.
We got to play that song.
What's that?
You walk in the room.
Well, yeah, we've played it on the show, but not for a long while.
We need to go back to that thing called our music at some point.
Sure.
But until then,
Their music.
let's do some music we don't know and that I'm somehow
Why
supposed
not?
to be able to do.
Oh, well, I think you know this one. This is a pretty common, pretty...
It's just my throat. My singing is possibly suspect on this.
Are you going to struggle? This might be you don't need my help. I think you can do it.
I'll try.
I
You give
think
me a
you can
chord.
do
You give me
this.
that. You give me that.
You can do it.
That stuff in the.
Oh, you want my stuff? I got the stuff.
Oh no! I just mean you sing the. No, you sing
The
the background.
stuff?
Oh, the harmony?
Yeah.
On the chorus?
Yeah. Is that the key?
Yes. Yeah. All right, set that rhythm. Set that rhythm, man. Lean that in, Mark.
All right.
In the morning you go gunning for the man who stole your water, and you fight till he is done, but they
for it.
That's an old one.
I know, man. It's like you get in there.
Brutal,
it's
man.
like,
Well,
Becker's rolling in his grave.
I'm recovering from the, as you can hear. I mean, I've got it in the
yeah, he's had
sinuses
some
and
bronchial things.
Yeah,
But
this is
I mean,
brutal.
now the thing is, now
Having
you
me
know
do
it.
that, it's like, what kind
I
of
have
people
had
are
that.
you?
How many times have I had that where I'm croaking my
Well,
voice?
I don't. That was
Usually you don't ever because
that was
you're.
that was terrible.
It was
He's-
fine.
Bruce
Could've
is
been
working
worse.
on his Michael impersonation.
Could have been. That could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
I
Mark.
liked it. I liked it.
Thank you for
Mark, did you like it?
Oh, I did. I did.
Well, thank you for your humble servanthood. And I guess, is this it, or we got a couple?
We got a couple more. So thinking back a few weeks to our Robert Gordon tribute, he has lingered in the air a bit with us because I'm learning more and more about him. Mark knew a lot about him. Mark was telling me recently that Robert, the band that Mark was in, opened for Robert Gordon, and that Robert Gordon jumped on the stage during their set.
Oh, yeah.
Mark, remember
Yeah.
that story?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
All right, let's do
I
this.
can't
So
believe
we're
he's
going to do
gone,
something
man.
that Robert Gordon
Yeah.
recorded.
Am I doing one of these?
You can if you want. You just got to tell me which one.
I'll do the first one.
Okay. All right, here we go. Marshall Crenshaw tune.
I can't stand to see you sad. I can't bear to hear you cry. If you can tell me what you need, all I can do is wonder why. Someday, somewhere, oh, someday, somewhere, yeah, now. Someday, somewhere, maybe I'll understand you. After all you've done for me, all I really want to do is take the love you brought my way, give it all right back to you. Someday, somewhere, someday, somewhere, yeah, yeah. Someday, somewhere, maybe I'll understand me. You've taken everything from me. I've taken everything from you. I've loved you from my whole life through. Now after all you've done for me, all I really want to do is take the love you brought my way, give it all right back to you. Someday, somewhere, oh, someday, somewhere, yeah, yeah. Someday, somewhere, maybe you'll understand me. You've taken everything from me. I've taken everything from you. I love you from my whole life through. Now after all you've done for me, all I really want to do is take the love you brought my way, give it all right back to you. Someday, somewhere, someday, somewhere, yeah, yeah. Someday, somewhere, maybe you'll understand me. Someday, somewhere, someday, somewhere, oh yeah. Someday, somewhere, maybe you'll understand me. Someday, somewhere, someday, somewhere, someday, somewhere, maybe you'll understand me.
Well, wheels off.
Oh my gosh,
Well,
man.
nice first verse on that.
Wheels off.
I thought we were going to come back to Chris.
I should
close it.
have. I
Frontman.
just tore right into him, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I walked all
I'm
of
not at all
He was
concerned
waiting in the
because
wings.
on the Chris show when it does
On the Chris
manifest,
show, he's
we're
gonna get
doing
his-
We're doing a few Marshall Crenshaw songs.
Are we doing
because
a
he was
Chris
very
show?
important.
Dude, I could see the dejected
He was
look.
very
there
Oh,
in the
come on.
suit.
Don't make me feel worse than I already do.
Well,
No, I was more
I think that's
dejected.
impossible.
It was because I found the wrong. Nah. I'll take onus.
I just want to say that I'm a big fan, and you're a big fan. I know Mark's a big fan. Bruce, I don't know. You know about
He's a
Oh
growing
man,
fan.
I'll tell you what, the bit,
Oh, the Robert Gordon thing.
yeah, that was great, man. I learned so much being around you guys. You're such musicological geniuses.
We're here to fill in the gaps in your record collection, ladies and gentlemen, and
Hey,
try
we've
to
been around.
hypo the whole record industry, which is now just a bunch of songs floating in the air. You just
Yeah.
grab them for free.
Yeah.
You pay $10 a month to some service, and you can just.
But you can't get all of Marshall's
You can't?
library.
Oh, that's
you cannot. He's got a very, very limited amount because he's a smart guy.
Nice.
I'll tell you what. I watched the trio. I have not watched any films of his trio from the early '80s. It floored me how good. If you want to see like three guys do pop, I mean, when three guys do rock, I think of a power trio. I think of hard rock, blues, like what we do when we go play three-piece.
yeah.
Those guys did a complete power pop presentation, all the parts, all the harmonies. Somehow with
much.
the guitar and the bass, it's like I'm listening going, they don't need a fourth guy, but that's really rare in that kind of music. And
Yeah.
it's like, my gosh, they must have just played nonstop to get that tight. They really had it down. So I was quite impressed. I need to watch more of
Yeah,
that.
and Graham Maybe, the bass player, played with Joe Jackson as
Yeah.
well.
I was going to say that well, Joe Jackson added the extra voice, but Joe Jackson's that totally when you were talking about that, I was thinking Joe Jackson's
so
trio
much
was
of
like that. The guitar
intertwining.
player and
all
bass
that
player.
New York stuff in the late '70s, early '80s. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, oddly, that's the B-52s as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe even, what's the other one? Talking Heads.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed the show. It's a simple show. It's a family show.
It's simple.
Humble little gathering here, and we want to thank you for coming out again as you always do.
Can I sing some of this? I don't
Sure.
No, listen to me. Listen to me trying to sing it. But this record was one of the early records that I bought when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is my Ronnie Tutt moment.
Right. Well, he does a great
Yeah.
job on
Oh,
this.
yeah.
And Jerry Chef, Mark, come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Which verse do you want to take?
Let me see.
You want me to set the stage and you jump in?
Let's see. Do we
We've done this song before.
go back and do the?
There's verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, and I'm going out. So
Let me see. Let me take it. I'll take the second half of the last verse. Let's do that.
Second half? That's all?
I'll take the second verse and the second half of the.
okay.
Lord Almighty, feel my temperature rising. Higher, higher, it's burning through to my soul. Girl, 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 you're gonna set me on fire. My brain is flaming, I don't know which way to go. Ooh, your kisses lift me high, like a sweet song of a choir. You light my morning sky, burning love.
Ooh, 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 I feel my temperature rising. Help me, yeah. Must be 109, yeah. Burn, 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 and then nothing can cool me. I just might turn into smoke, but I feel fine.
Kisses lift me high, like a sweet song of a choir. You light my morning sky, burning love. Let's do that now.
We'll see you next week.
Just a hunk of burning love.
And a hunk of burning love.